Welcome to KIRSTIcast, the show where we hope to illuminate, entertain, and engage our listeners, helping them create the life they want. I'm your host, Kirsty Manna. Hi, everybody. I'm Kirsty Manna, and welcome to KIRSTIcast, to another episode. And last episode, an interview in my unsigned series. I'm in the studio today with Bill Warner. Bill and I have been married for a few years, and we have come to some disagreement blows in the studio before, sometimes in front of a co-writer, and they're probably ready to run.
Oh, you shouldn't tell people that. They thought we were perfect.
Yeah, well, I know. It is kind of blowing our cover, isn't it? But anyway, I'm really excited to be welcoming our guest today, who is yet another person from Ohio and from our very own hometown.
Seems to be a pattern. Yeah.
It's crazy.
No, really, that was not intentional.
No, but isn't that funny? Yeah, I'll talk about our guest here in a second, but I wanted to bring up something that makes me think of her because she is really a hardworking, what you'd call a touring artist. And she books all of her own shows herself. She has no agent. So I don't know if any of you out there are trying to figure out how to book shows, but tune in and stick around for this interview because she'll give you some of her opinions on that. But is it hard, Bill, do you think, to book your own shows? I mean, in Nashville, everybody does shows and they're songwriter shows, and not very many of them pay.
Yeah, Nashville's a totally different animal because of simple supply and demand.
Yeah.
If you get a little bit out of town, you can get more of a typical wage. But in town, don't expect to make a lot of money for the most part because there's just so many people vying for the few slots that pay, for instance.
Yeah.
A lot of clubs are happy to have you come play for free. That benefits them immensely. And the artist has to decide whether it's worth it to show up and play for free or a little money just for they can sleep in their own bed in town and you know gather some fans hopefully in Nashville. But it's people have to weigh the possibilities.
Well, that's the one thing that I think you can make in Nashville. If you're not making money singing, you can make a lot of connections.
Yeah.
And there are some really good venues to hang out in Youngstown. I'm going, well, no,
Ohio
we're not in
brain.
Youngstown. Sorry, we're in Nashville, Tennessee, Kirsty. In Nashville, one I would definitely bring up is the Commodore.
Yep.
The Commodore Lounge has been, or the Commodore Grill as they call it now, has been around forever. I think it's the longest running songwriter night in Nashville, and it is pretty good hang. And it's got a safe vibe to it. It's just like we are family. It's really.
And we should give props to our friend Debbie Champion.
Yeah.
Who was one of the, I think there's another person too that runs it, right? Or she's probably the main person.
Yeah.
They have a couple.
I don't know who else runs it on the weekends.
Debbie's great.
And she's so nice, and I've known her forever. She's great.
She's got a heart for the songwriter.
Yes, and we love her. And, another great place right across the street is the Local. I mean, these are definitely different environments. The listening room. And, of course, everybody wants to play the Bluebird, but I have my opinions about the Bluebird. I remember the days where, you really had to come up through the ranks to get a shot at playing the Bluebird. And I just think, I don't know, it's my opinion, and I have a lot of them, but it's one of those places I think that, you need to work up to that, because when you sit in that round or on that stage, that is a really different feeling than any other writer's show that I've ever played in Nashville personally. It's like you are so under the microscope there. Yeah. And I think because it's like an iconic place.
And I was going to say the listening room and the Bluebird are two venues where people do listen. Mm-hmm. And that's refreshing because a lot of the other writers' shows, not the Commodore, they're respectful there too. But some of the other places, it's just like your sonic wallpaper.
Yeah.
And that's not fun from a writer's standpoint. You really hope that people are going to pay attention.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really true. But I think that, there are places outside of, a little ways outside of Nashville that you could definitely get paid to play. And it is good to go out to different writers' nights and talk to people and see what they're doing. And, sometimes you can get on a show with somebody. So if anybody out there's listening that is unsigned and is trying to figure that part of their career out, it's just that word again, it's work. Every gig that Bill and I have ever played, every gig is work, whether it's a really small venue or a really, really big venue. It's all work. And so just be ready. And the biggest thing is just be super prepared for that gig. We consult with people all the time on their careers. You can reach out to us at info@songwritergirl.com if you would like to work with us in that aspect or any other aspect in the studio for that matter. But we have a lot to say and a lot of advice on putting together a show and putting together a touring career, because we have done it and we still are kind of doing it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me talk for a minute about our fabulous guest today, my last interview in my Unsigned series, which I've wanted to do for a really long time. And this young lady I met through my song plugger, Shane Barrett. He brought up that she was from Youngstown, Ohio. And I said, what? He said, yeah, she's from Youngstown, Ohio, and she lives here in Nashville, Tennessee. And her name is Taylor Borton. And so I called her up because I was going to be doing my Songwriter Girl workshop that I did back in May at the Smart School in downtown Youngstown. And I was doing a show the night before. And I already had Leanne Binder, who was also one of my guests recently, booked. And I wanted another person, and I wanted somebody from Youngstown. Well, when I heard she was from Youngstown and lived here in Nashville, I said, well, come on, jump in the car, let's go. And she was on the show and a big success, and everybody loved her, and her family came. It was so cute. And she did a great job. And so I've become friends with her, and it's just really fun to know somebody else in Nashville that's from your hometown. They get you, you get them. You know what that's like, everybody. It's like when you meet somebody from your hometown and they know people it's really cool.
Pizza always entered into the discussion.
We always talk about the food because the food in Youngstown is a big thing. So I'm really excited to have her on the show today, and she's going to be playing one of her originals. And I guess we should get to it, right, Bill?
Sounds good.
Yeah, so everybody stick around. We're going to be right back with my fabulous interview with Taylor Borton here at KIRSTIcast. I've spent years of self-discovery learning how to live a successful creative life. That's why I created my course, Spark Your Creativity, the Steps to a Successful Creative Journey, to help others discover their own potential. Your creative journey never ends. So why not invest in yourself and sign up for my course today at kirsty.com. See you on the journey. Hi, everybody. Well, welcome back to KIRSTIcast, and I'm really excited. I always say I'm excited, but I'm really, really excited to have this current guest sitting with me in the studio today, because she's from Youngstown, Ohio, for crying out loud. I can't even believe it. I can't believe we found the one other only person from Youngstown, Ohio in this town, and she's here tonight. Well, let me tell you a little bit about her. She's a Nashville-based singer-songwriter, storyteller, and musician. She plays the kazoo and somehow sings songs with that. I don't know how she does it, but she's going to show us tonight on the show. It's going to be amazing. She's very distinct and with her vocals, and she's kind of an eclectic writer, I would say. And her music comes across effortlessly through many genres, blending the best from country, Americana, folk, and singer-songwriter. And she credits John Prine, Loretta Lynn, ooh, I love Loretta, Patsy Cline, and singer-songwriter Lori McKenna as her biggest musical influences. That's cool. That's a good list. She's an old soul, and I have traveled with her back and forth to Youngstown one time, and I can tell you that's true. And she's got a young and charismatic spirit because she is young, and her songwriting is very mature and beyond her years. At age 19, she decided to follow her dreams, and she left big Youngstown to come down to Music City, where she attended and graduated from Blackbird Academy with a degree in audio engineering. I didn't know that, and that's something we can talk about. So since she's moved to Nashville, she's been creating a buzz among industry professionals and fans. And Lyrics in My Head, it was the title track of her latest EP, and it was all self-written and self-produced. She plans to stay in Nashville to focus on her songwriting career and has written with multiple #1 writers, won an honorable mention for the country magazine, Worlds of Country, Youngstown Business Journal, good Lord, Bold Journey, Crazy Women of Country, yes, Margie's Country Classics Hour, Indie Country Radio, and many more. And she's also played many music festivals like American Roots Festival and the Motorcycle Revival at Loretta Lynn's Ranch. And her biggest goal is to tour and perform around the world. Please welcome to the show from Youngstown, Ohio, Taylor Borton.
Woo!
Taylor, I'm so glad you're here.
Thanks for having me.
Wow. You drove all the way from Nashville to Nashville to see me today.
It was wrong, but that can be hard.
I'm telling you. Did it take you a long time?
45 minutes.
Jeez, oh man.
It's normal for here, though, I guess, huh?
It didn't used to be. You know,
Yeah.
that's what's too bad about Nashville. It used to be so easy to get around, and now all everybody does is groans when they realize they have to get in the car to go do anything. You know?
Well, I like driving.
Yeah,
It's just everyone else that scares me.
yeah. Yeah, but you do a lot of traveling.
I do, yeah.
Where were you this past weekend? You said you went out of town or
Yeah.
something.
I was in Madison, Alabama. So I've
what's
been
that by?
Well, I've been to Muscle Shoals before, and I learned that that's still like an hour and a half from it. So I just played a cute little brewery, Old Black Bear Brewing.
Oh,
Shout out
nice.
them. That was awesome. And they have a cute little outdoor stage. And then Columbia, Tennessee. It's a cool little spot there that I'm kind of becoming a regular to.
Oh, what's that?
It's called American Barrel.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Kind of like a speakeasy, sort of, but yeah.
So is it a restaurant too? Is it a brewery or?
It's more just like cocktails and little, what do you call it? Just like snacks, little, what do you call the little?
Tapas.
Yeah, there we go.
Small plates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I'm starting to get fans there, so they come out to those shows and hang out with me.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
so it was
glad
fun.
for you. That sounds really good. How long are your sets when you go play those kind of shows?
Usually 3 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. So I like to bring people with me to kind of split that up, but
Yeah.
I like to aim for 2. That's like the comfortable time, I feel like, but 3 hours, man. Yeah.
That is wow.
Get you warmed up.
That will keep you going, man. Your voice
And
stays in good
heels
shape.
too, usually.
What'd you
And
say?
heels too, usually,
Oh.
to top it off.
Yeah.
Heels and, but yeah.
That's cool. Well, I'm glad to
always
hear
fun.
you're doing all those shows. So, what made you decide to move from Youngstown, Ohio to Nashville? What was why did you choose Nashville?
Well, we've always went, like my family and I have always went on vacations every summer, and we always got our choice of where do you want to go? And my pick was Nashville every year. So we usually went every year.
Wow.
Or just about, every other.
Yeah.
So I started coming here when I was probably like 14 or so. And I thought about moving here. I'm like, that would be cool, fun, play these bars around town and whatnot. And I don't know, I just didn't actually envision myself doing it. But then once I graduated high school, and I was like, now I have to figure something out. Because I played shows, 3-hour sets all throughout high school and
Did you
everything.
really?
Yeah, I started when I was probably like 14 or 15.
Good grief. Where were you playing up there?
Anywhere they let me in at 14 or 15.
You still look like you're 15, so that must have
Yeah,
been.
it's still hard. It's still,
Yeah.
but yeah, so I don't know. I just didn't really like school that much, so I didn't want to go to like another 4-year school for something, especially if it was something I didn't really want to focus in on. So I found this trade school, Blackbird, here in town, and I didn't think I'd get in it, and I did, and then I just said, okay, I'll move. I didn't really think about it. Just kind of,
Just happened.
I got in and was like, okay, I'm going. Like it was a normal everyday thing.
So how long did you go to Blackbird?
6 months.
So what did you learn? You said in your
Absolutely
bio.
nothing. I'm kidding.
So you said you worked on audio engineering?
Yeah, so it's a studio in Berry Hill. So it was cool to do like the very like hands-on thing rather than go to like a school and just sit there and hear
Lectures.
Yeah, exactly. So, I learned a lot of like in the box stuff, and I learned on like Pro Tools, so I can do like a lot of my own demos and whatnot.
Well, that was helpful.
But I was in school with like a bunch of 30, 40-year-old something guys. And so they went in knowing a lot more. I didn't even know what Pro Tools was. I went in knowing absolutely nothing. And so it was really hard to kind of keep on track with them. So I feel like I would have to do it several times to really get a grasp of everything. But I learned just like basic stuff to help me track my demos and do stuff like that, and just like studio etiquette of what I didn't know before. Yeah. So it helped as an artist, you know?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Well, and that studio is amazing. That is premier.
For that to be a first experience of a studio.
Oh, yeah. So when you were there studying, did you get to go in, like, were you a guinea pig, so to speak, behind the mic? Would they record you singing? Did you ever have an opportunity like that there?
Yeah, we did have an opportunity once. We had different people come in and speak, and one was just how to track vocals, and she would kind of critique us on that. And so being with a bunch of guys, I was like, let me do it. I want to be the artist in the studio. So I got to sing in front of everyone, which is scary at first, like right when I moved to town, and I still like wasn't that comfortable with everyone in my class. But yeah, so that was fun to do, a cool experience. And
that's cool though.
Yeah.
What a place to get to cut your teeth a little bit there, Blackbird Studio.
John McBride, Martina.
Yes.
I never got to meet her though. I never seen her, but
yeah. Well,
but he was there.
She was there eventually. She was there just when you weren't there.
Right, exactly.
Just as you came in, she happened to leave.
Yeah. Yeah. My first week I seen Keith Urban.
Going
in and out. So I was like, whoa.
You're like, I'm in the right place.
Yeah.
I'm not leaving this place.
It.
Can I sleep here, please?
Yeah.
So that
was cool.
That's really great. So you said in your bio that one of your goals is that you want to tour everywhere. What is where somewhere in the world would you love to go play?
I don't know. Maybe, you got me on that one. Well, I've done Alabama, so that's off the list. I don't know, somewhere out of the country for sure, but I don't know. I don't know that I have like a exact place, but I haven't gotten to that point yet of touring and playing out of the country. So anywhere to start, but
you play a lot of shows though. You seem to travel around a lot. When I look at
they're usually like an hour or two out though. Unless I'm in Youngstown. Go home and play some shows, but
I was surprised the last time I was in Youngstown, the places that there were to play there.
And there's not a lot downtown anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, I feel like I would play down there a lot, but I think they all closed.
Yeah. Well, where's the place in Columbiana? Birdfish?
Birdfish, yeah.
That place is cute. I liked it.
Yeah, and they were at a different location before. Because I played there in like 2016. Mm-hmm. And when I got rebooked there a few years ago, I was like, this is not the same location that it was, and it's way bigger now, so it's kind of cool to play there. And I played at your first location.
That place was a very lively place. I liked it. So it was very serendipitous how we met. I was at lunch with my song plugger Shane Barrett, and we were talking about people from Youngstown, because he's from Ohio, he's from Cincinnati. He said, oh, do you know that writer Taylor Borton? And I'm like, no. And he said, yeah, she's from Youngstown, Ohio. And I was putting together our Songwriter Girl show, And I said, well, I've got to meet this person. And you said when I called you, you thought I was kidding.
I get so many like scam weird calls. I'm like, this isn't real. I don't know. But once I listened to the voicemail, I was like, oh, cool. Yeah. And then the connection with Shane and everything.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you reached out. Look at us now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had a great time playing that show. And
yeah, that was awesome.
You had a lot of
What
people,
a turnout.
Yeah, we had a lot of people come out, and you had some people come and see you. That's really good.
Yeah.
Do you get to play many writers' rounds, or are you mostly doing solo shows?
I do select rounds because it's still fun to get up there with your friends and go back and forth. I'm playing this Friday, so I'm doing some rounds. So usually go to like the local. It's my favorite spot, or the Commodore.
Have you ever played the local?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
you'll have to tell me next time you're there. So, what is one of the best performance experiences you've ever had, and what do you think's one of the worst? You know, like these gigs that stick in your mind that are just like, oh my gosh, this is one for the books, you know?
Well, I feel like it's like an overall, when you play these loud bars and there's TVs on every wall and the bar's in front of you and everyone's back is to you, and then you finish singing like 5 songs and no one has clapped the whole time.
Yeah.
It's kind of, you know, you vibe off of each other and you just feel like they obviously don't even know or think that you're there.
Right.
And so I feel like I've played a lot of those shows where I'm like, of course I'm using it for practice and every time it's good for that, but sometimes those shows just feel like they drag on. But I wouldn't say that I had like a terrible experience other than just the way that the crowd would react. And then I've had the shows where it's very intimate and everyone's paying close attention and it's super quiet and they're really connecting with what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I've had a few of those too. So just to compare those, it does make a big difference.
Yeah.
It's like our show. Like, that was awesome.
Yeah,
everyone's
that show,
just sitting there and listening. And
people were really listening.
Yeah.
I remember gigs that I used to play. Bill and I used to play together, and I'm so weird. I would bring a flashlight, you know, to the gig, and it's like if somebody was being really rude, I'd put the flashlight on them. You know, Bill used to say, "Please don't get me beat up. Please, whatever you do, I don't want to get beat up." You know,
I'm gonna do it
because I would always confront, you know, somebody from the stage. Hey, you know, that kind of thing. But you know, Youngstown could be tough crowds. You know, they could be tough crowds up there. So
but they don't get as much music as here, so they do appreciate it more.
Yeah,
but it's not always country. I mean, it's very rock and roll up there. I feel like
it still is.
Yeah,
it still is rock.
So
and
I think
roll
they do appreciate it more here. It's like, okay, country music all the time, so not a lot of people are as into it.
Yeah.
So I have noticed that.
Yeah. So do you play cover music in your sets too, or?
Usually. I like to split it up, but usually I do like 70-30 and mostly covers.
Yeah.
So Loretta Lynn and Patsy. And
well, a lot
John
of your
Prine.
songs lean towards like a Loretta Lynn thing. You know, you're like an Americana artist
Yeehaw.
to me. Yeah, you're very yeehaw. So tell me what your songwriting process is like. How do you start a song, and do you like writing solo? Do you like writing co-writing better?
Yeah, I always prefer solo. I don't know why. I think it's just when I get the inspiration, I just sit down and can write rather than you book a co-write with somebody and it's at 10 a.m. on a random Wednesday or whatever. And it's like, oh, I have to be inspired at 10 a.m. And sometimes it's hard for me to just be it and write something good, but I've been doing it more and getting better at that.
Yeah.
So but when I'm writing by myself, I always try to just think of the title and where I'm going, because if I know where I'm going with it, I get a better grasp of how to start.
Yeah.
But I also like writing visually, so I try to think about it as a movie and to make it make sense in my brain to, like, is this, or I'll finish a song by myself and I'm like, does this make any sense? And I'm like, just visualize it. Does it look like it makes sense? And that's
interesting.
Yeah. And sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. And then obviously go back in and change some stuff, critique it after you walk away from it for a few days.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like I'm very visual.
That's interesting. Well, that is really true about co-writing. You know, that that is a whole thing that you have to get yourself set to do, because
To teach your mind
you do. You have to train your mind to be
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Because like you're saying, when you're solo writing, you can do it at any time
Yeah.
of day or
and
night.
I struggled with that. So I like this year, I feel like I've gotten better at just like,
Yeah.
okay, you have a right. You have to be in the mindset. Because sometimes it was like, I don't feel like doing it. I really just want to cancel this. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
you can't do that all the time. So you
Yeah.
have to pull it together.
If you did it
So-
all the time, that's all you'd be doing is solo writes. Because then
Exactly.
people
Because
don't
no
wanna-
one's not.
They don't want to book with you again. Well, that girl
Exactly,
never
so-
shows up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had to learn that. But not that every write's amazing or
No.
not that every write's awful. So it's just,
Yeah.
at least we're getting an idea and writing something.
Yeah. Well, co-writing, I really believe about co-writing that it's good to find your people and just try to really make a lot of magic with them, as opposed to writing with a whole lot of
everyone.
different
Yeah.
people,
Yeah. Well, that's true. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Because then you're more comfortable with them too, and they know what style you usually go for and how you like writing, and
feeling more free,
yeah,
because you're more comfortable.
yeah.
So what first got you started on songwriting? Were you into it when you were a little kid, or what do you think started that for you?
I always wrote poems.
Really?
When I remember like elementary school and middle school, I would always just write, and they always
Really?
came off as poems. And then, like probably the end of middle school into high school, I'm like, well, wait, why don't you turn them into songs? And that's when I was like, oh, well, why don't you learn an instrument? And then I got a guitar, and I kind of put two and two together. So I don't know. I
Wow.
guess I've always liked country music, and those are very stories. So I guess I just liked the poetic way of saying things. I don't know.
So you never had anybody in your family that was into music, or
No.
not even in school or anything like that? You just kind of did that on your own.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So I don't know where it came from, but I'm glad it did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you like to write about? Do you like to write about love? Do you like to write about people?
It's between like I love songs, of course, but I'm from Youngstown, so I'm sassy.
Yeah.
So I have to have a good sassy he did this to me song. But lately I've just been writing I don't know, it kind of depends what I'm going through at the time. I guess too. But those are probably my top themes, I would say. Just love songs or sassy, fun songs.
Yeah.
So I need to go through my catalog and look at all what I actually have in there. Because now that you asked me that, I'm like, oh, do I have more like love or sassy? I don't know. But those ones come easier for me, for sure. But that's why I've enjoyed a lot of the co-writing I've done, because people bring in the ideas that I haven't thought of or wouldn't think to write. So
Yeah.
that's really helpful.
Well, knowing you just a little bit, I can see why you'd be interested in John Prine.
Yeah. He's so metaphoric. And just the way he shapes words and says things.
Yeah.
I always play his All the Best song. That's one of my favorite covers to do at my shows. And I don't know, even a lot of people don't know who he really was.
Yeah.
And so they'll hear the song and they're like, wow, that was really good. Or
Well,
I'll have to-
he's kind of like a Dylan or something in a way.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Just
'Cause he
not
wasn't
as
necessarily
famous.
a performer. So, yeah, but he's written how many songs for so many other people.
Right.
So, and the Bonnie Raitt song, Angel from Montgomery.
Yeah.
Do that one.
Oh, that song is so great.
Yeah. So, yeah, I love him. And you can just study his songs
Yeah.
and just be amazed every time. Or
Yeah.
hear something that you didn't pick out before. I've done that. I'm like, oh, listen to this 5 times to get what he's saying. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just to understand. How many times have you seen Coal Miner's Daughter, since you love Loretta Lynn? Have you ever watched that movie?
How many times have I sang it?
Seen the movie Coal Miner's Daughter. Have you ever watched the movie?
I think a while ago, but now that you say that, I'm going to watch it again.
Oh, it's so great.
Yeah.
We should watch it together. I love that movie.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
I was born a coal miner's daughter.
I just love her songs.
Yeah. She has those fun, sassy ones,
Yeah.
too. So she's a good one to pull from.
Yeah, Fist City, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. So I always ask my guests, what is their stay inspired story? And it's something that's happened to you in life or in music. It could be in life or music, whatever, is inspired you. That's something that sticks with you, that you always go back to or you think about, when you're down or.
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know, I've really dove into focusing on the songwriting and artist aspect of things over the last probably like 2 or 3 years. Mm-hmm. So being here in Nashville where there's musicians and songwriters and artists everywhere, I feel like it's really easy to just kind of blend in together and not necessarily be competitive, right, but just kind of feel like, if I just stepped away and didn't do this, would anyone really notice? Obviously, I feel like we've all had that run through our minds. But I feel like the thing that keeps me going is when I say, like, well, there's only one you, though. So there's no one else that can do what you want to do. And the critique that I've gotten from people that I look up to, like you, is always just the uniqueness of my voice and, like, the traditional sound. So I always go back to that. I'm like, well, not everyone has that, even if there's, like, a million people here doing it. So I feel like that's the one thing that pulls me back in. And I'm like, okay, like, there's only one me. No one else can do that. So
it is
that
true.
Keeps me going.
That is really good advice. And that's, it's really true, though, about your sound. You're really unique.
Thanks.
There's something quirky about
you. Always say quirky. Yeah. I always laugh when you say that.
But it's so true. I mean, you're really unique and quirky, and you say unexpected things, and in your songs, are like that. I think it's like a really different kind of perspective.
John Priney.
Yes, very John Priney. Yes,
yeah.
Yes.
His randomness. It's like, oh,
yeah,
I can be random. I can be, and there's so many songwriting rules that they say, but I'm like, yeah, you should follow like rhyme schemes and things. I feel like, but you can also not, and you can say weird things and do what people wouldn't do, and like that's what helps make you stand out.
Exactly.
So do it. Be weird.
I know. I agree. So speaking of weird,
oh boy,
let's hear a song from you.
Okay.
What would you like to play for us?
Well, I changed my mind on the way here. So I'm going to play a song that I do already have released. And I played this at our show too. So I released this, I think it was 2 years ago now, on my EP. And I wrote it by myself. And it's called My Opry. Girl, you're so in over your head. So many songs you never heard. So many places you never been. Keep your circle small, but don't run yourself thin. Keep on writing words down, even when they're barely coming out. These old bars will make you drown. Sometimes empty seats fill your crowd. If you're singing loud enough to keep on going, if you're making just enough to wake up and do it again, then you just gotta keep your head on your shoulders. Ain't nothing after all this time gonna stop me. I'm already playing Then you find out who your friends are. Most of us want the same thing in this bar. Sometimes you're faking, then you get far. We're all just here and keep on spinning. But for some reason we keep on picking. If you're singing loud enough to keep on going, if you're making just enough to wake up and do it again, then you just gotta keep your head on your shoulders. Ain't nothing after all this time gonna stop me. I'm already playing my Opry. Yeah. If you're singing loud enough to keep on going, if you're making just enough to wake up and do it again, then you just gotta keep your head on your shoulders. Ain't nothing after all this time gonna stop me. I'm already playing my Opry.
All
My
right,
Opry.
Taylor Borton, my Opry. I love that song.
Thanks. I love
What?
that you love that.
Oh, it's so good. What inspired you to write that?
Just to take in where you're at, because going back to like the last question of like what keeps you inspired, it's like you can get so wrapped up in just the day-to-day and the shows coming up and the traveling, and it's like you have to like step back and notice how far you've gotten and where you started from, and how I came from Youngstown and have been here for a few years, and all the people I've met and places I've played and things I've done. So it's really what that's about. Just be thankful you're at where you're at.
Yeah,
I'm already doing what I want to do. So,
yeah.
yeah.
So what's like the ultimate thing? What would be like the ultimate artist for you to open for?
I feel like there would be a lot of them. I feel like it would be really cool just because of a full circle moment for me, to open for right now Lainey Wilson, just because I met her a few years ago at a
Did
bar, and
you?
so like I got to talk to her and kind of go back and forth. I was right when her Things a Man Ought to Know came out.
Oh yeah,
So
that was
kind
such
of
a great song, huh?
Yes, that's right when like she took off, I would say, her first single. So I think it'd be a really cool full circle moment to say like, oh, we met like kind of right as she was rising up, and to say I could open for her would be cool.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh, there would be so many. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah.
What, did she give you any advice as an artist when you talked to her?
We didn't talk long, so it was like a quick like introduction, and I never want to be just in people's space like that. I don't know. So I just it was like a quick hello and good to meet you, and
Yeah. Well, maybe
like,
the next
I
time you see
love
her,
your
you can talk
journey
to her
in
more.
music. Yeah. So it'll happen again.
Yes,
Yeah. I'll
that's-
ask her next time.
That's so great. Well, where can people find your music, and what do you have going on? What's coming up next?
Yeah, my website at taylorbortonmusic.com. I'm on Spotify. Where else? All the platforms, socials, Instagram, TikTok. Need to get better at TikTok, but I'm there.
Good old TikTok.
Yeah. Ugh.
It's like the bane of everyone's existence. TikTok.
Like, can we just put that I have music out in like a newspaper and call it a day? Like, would I have to make a video? I don't know. But yeah, and I'm just going to finish off the year with my little tour that I have. And my goal for next year is just to put more music out because it's
That's
been
good.
too long.
That's great.
So yeah.
Well, I'm so glad you were with us. We
Yeah,
want to
me
thank
too.
Taylor Borton, originally from Youngstown, Ohio.
Woohoo!
We're from the same town in Ohio.
Yeehaw.
For being here with us today. It's really been great talking to you and hearing your perspective on your career and hearing your great song, My Opry. I just think that's such a great song.
Well, thanks for
And
having me.
You're welcome. You have to come back sometime.
All right.
All right. And we want to thank all of you out there for listening to us here at KIRSTIcast. We hope you're going to like, listen, download, and share this episode with Taylor Borton and all of the other episodes that we have out there streaming. You can also listen to them and watch some of them on YouTube. And don't forget to check out my Spark Your Creativity online course. You can see that on my website, kirsty.com. Thanks to Bill Warner for being here at the desk and for running all the studio stuff and all that, making us sound so good. And we hope we're going to see you next time. And whatever you do, stay inspired. I'm Kirsty Manna. This is KIRSTIcast. Have a great day. You've been listening to KIRSTIcast.